The world is divided into two categories, the players and the pieces. You have felt this your entire life. You walk into a room and feel invisible, while others command respect without speaking a word. You've been told that working harder and being nice is the key to success, but that is a lie society is too polite to correct. Power does not care about your intentions, it only cares about your leverage. If you want to enter the circles where real decisions are made, you must stop seeking validation and start becoming an asset. 500 years ago, Niccolò Machiavelli wrote, "The prince not as a guide for the wicked, but as a manual for reality." He understood that human nature is driven by self-interest, fear, and vanity. Today, we are dismantling the lies of networking and exploring 13 ruthless laws to turn you from a puppet into a strategist. Law 1, never outshine the master. Your first instinct is to show how smart you are to earn respect, but this is a fatal mistake. Powerful people are often fragile. Their identity is built on being the most visionary person in the room. When you appear better than your superior, you trigger their survival instinct, and they will bury you to protect their ego. Instead, dim your light and make them look brilliant. Feed their vanity, and they will lower their defenses, allowing you inside the walls. Law 2, conceal your intentions. A predictable man is a controllable man. If a powerful person smells desperation, the "I need something from you" look, they will be repelled. To connect, you must be a cipher. Talk about art, philosophy, or wine, anything but business. Mystery creates attraction. When they can't figure you out, they start to project their own desires onto you. Law 3, appeal to self-interest, never to mercy. Never tell a powerful person a sob story. Mercy is a burden to those who are busy and bombarded by requests. It is better to be needed than liked. Instead of asking for a favor, offer a transaction. Position yourself as the solution to their pain, whether it's a rival they want to crush or a problem they can't solve. Law 4, the art of strategic absence. Scarcity creates value. If you are always available, answering texts instantly and saying yes to every meeting, you signal low value. Machiavelli knew that a prince seen too often becomes ordinary. You must learn to disappear. Have a mission that does not revolve around them. Your absence creates an open loop in their mind, making your presence feel like a reward, not an obligation. Law 5, the mirror of Narcissus. People are in love with their own worldview. To connect, you must become a mirror. Reflect their image back to them, slightly enhanced. Adopt their posture, their vocabulary, and their speed of speech. This creates neurological synchronization. Their subconscious will label you as same, which translates to trustworthy. Law 6, become the gatekeeper of information. In the modern world, information is the ultimate power. Powerful people are often isolated by yes men and are starving for the unfiltered truth. If you can provide secret intelligence, what the competition is planning or flaws in the system, you become indispensable. You shift from an outsider to a co-conspirator. Law 7, the law of the useful enemy. Nothing bonds people faster than a shared hatred. Find out what they despise, be it a rival philosophy or industry inefficiency, and validate that frustration. It creates a us against the world dynamic, where deep loyalty is forged in the trenches of an imaginary war. Law 8, play to their fantasy. People do not live in reality. They live in fantasies of who they should be. The brutal CEO wants to be seen as a benevolent father, the insecure politician as a savior. Identify their fantasy and play the supporting role. If you are the only one supporting their delusion, they will protect you with their life because your absence would make their fantasy crumble. Law 9, mastery of emotional alchemy. Powerful people live in a storm of anxiety. Most people add to that chaos by bringing drama. To be untouchable, you must be the calm. When you can tell a frantic leader it is handled, you become a sanctuary. If you can lower their cortisol, you can raise your price. Law 10. Assume formlessness. The rigid break, but the flexible survive. Do not get attached to a single identity. Some days you must lead, and others you must follow. By being formless, you can fit into any environment and remove the friction that prevents people from assimilating you into their world. Law 11, create dependence. This is the ultimate law, make yourself necessary. If you can be replaced by a job posting, you are unsafe. Weave yourself into the fabric of their success by mastering a task they hate or holding the keys to a system only you understand. You want them to think, "What would I do if you left?" Once they rely on you for their peace of mind, you are no longer an employee, you are an essential organ. Law 12. Control the options. The most powerful person isn't the one shouting orders, but the one who wrote the menu. When presenting choices, curate them so that the only logical path is the one you want them to take. This gives them the illusion of control while you architect the outcome. Law 13. Radical autonomy. This is the paradox that makes all other laws work. To connect with powerful people, you must not need them. If you are desperate for their approval, they will smell it. You must have your own code, your own kingdom, and the willingness to walk away. True power recognizes true power. When you are solid and do not worship them, they become fascinated by you. These laws may sound cold or calculating, but they are an honest reflection of the structures of our society. Machiavelli wasn't evil, he simply looked into the abyss of human behavior without blinking. He saw that using these laws isn't about abusing people, it's about understanding them better than they understand themselves. You have a choice. Stay in the passenger seat and complain about the driver, or grab the wheel. You are no longer invisible. You are no longer looking for a savior. You are the strategist. The 13 laws are the keys to the inner circle, but only if you have the discipline to turn the lock. Make the contract with yourself today. Welcome to the inner circle.